people. The other thing is, if you look at the other community pools, this is the only one out of the other three that have this footprint, that are this size. The closest other one that we have was Wyandotte, with the that was Olympic size and that had a diving well. So when you talk about disparities, Algonquin is going to cost more money because it's older, because of the size of it. And then when we start talking about upgrades, the question is, how long do you keep investing money before you decide that you actually need to redo it? So it's kind of like a house. After so often, or a car, after so often, how long do you keep putting money into it before you say, okay, it's time to buy a new car? And how do I get the best bang out of my buck? So therein lies the funding discrepancy. And the truth of the matter is, I've always said, Metro Council can exact and allocate the funding. It is up to the community to hold the administration accountable as to how they spend it. So we say that all the time, chicken before the egg. Metro Council's job is to create laws. The administration's job is to uphold them and to enforce them. And so that's where we have to create and hold accountable the administration. So many people will say, well, Councilwoman, you know, it's your job, it's your district, you got it handled. Well, it's my job, it's my district. One, I need your help to advocate, because that's how we get funded, right? We saw that with the buffer zone. We see that with the libraries. We need to mobilize around pools and aquatics in this city. Then secondly, we need to demand the programming that will monetize it, because otherwise, you know, folks will say, well, hey, it doesn't make any money. Well, it does make money if you learn how to monetize it. I want you all for you all to see something. There's another difference here at the pool. You see that young lady laying down there on the concrete? Yeah. If you notice, if you go to the other pools, there are seats, there are bench seats, there are benches. We don't have any here.
No chairs.
No chairs.
Can you bring chairs? Are you allowed to bring them in?
You can bring them in, but the other facilities have them already available. So these are the things that we're fighting to rectify.
And considering a lot of people walk here, that means they have to carry all their stuff.
Correct. Correct.
Let's go take a look at the bathroom.
Okay.
Okay, and we're gonna look at the pipes while y'all doing that.
All right, we'll follow you.
So we're here at Algonquin Park, the public pool, just talking about some of the struggles, disparages, the differences between this pool and some of the other public pools in the area. It sounds like this one has a bit more of a struggle than most. Doesn't have the proper supplies, doesn't have the proper funding. It's been deteriorating since the 60s, according to Councilwoman Dorsey. But you can see a little bit of structural problems in some of the building, which is what she was talking about. Tara and Miss Dorsey are checking out the women's room right now. I am waiting. So we're just waiting for Ms. Dorsey to come back out so we can wrap up this little press conference discussing some of the unfortunate in this West End pool, the only West End pool, and some of the other public pools in the Louisville Metro area. One of the biggest things that concerned me is the fact that the only location you can purchase a family season pass for, I believe they said $75, includes 4 people. The only place that you can purchase that is a facility in the East End. So you have to get to the East End to purchase it so that you can swim in the West End. This creates an issue for anyone that has to use public transit, anyone that doesn't even use public transit or walks or rides a bike. It just creates more difficulty for individuals to be able to enjoy this facility. But we will get back to conducting here shortly. I'm not going to take a camera into the bathroom, though. Yeah, that was another thing that Ms. Dorsey mentioned, was that apparently at think at 2 o'clock, it's like 2 sessions. There's like a morning session and an afternoon session, I guess, at the pool. And they kick everyone out for a break, and then you got to pay to get back in for the second part of the day. So you're paying twice. So at that point, it seems like the $75 family pass would be the most convenient, but at the same time, you still got to figure out how to go get one. As Ms. Dorsey mentioned, this is the only pool for 3 separate districts. It's not just the one, not just her district. It is the only pool for 3 separate districts. It's the only West End swimming pool. It wasn't open yesterday. We were originally supposed to be coming here to talk about why the Algonquin pool is not open and the rest are. We turned out they were having some issues finding lifeguards, so apparently the city needs some lifeguards to be able to properly staff their pool. So if anyone's looking for a job. Yeah, 0 shade. There's no seating capacity. The facility was built, I believe she said, in the 60s and hasn't really been renovated or updated much since. There's a little bit of deterioration. I'm gonna try to get some B-reel, some high resolution B-reel of some of the things she pointed out, and see if I can splice it together and get it up later.
We haven't necessarily seen that type of action down here in the park. Like I said, right now you can look at the security guards literally with the flashing lights. The pool has been very, very well maintained. The park has been well maintained this year. And we've done a lot of work on proactivity here in Algonquin Park. So the feedback that we got was not that the pools were unsafe. The feedback that we got was just that there was a shortage of lifeguards, period. And my question is, if there was a shortage, why was that shortage at Algonquin and not the other pools? And the question, the reason why that question is important is because when we talk about data and facts, when we start talking about census of all the pools, at the end of the year, it's always said, Fairdale has the highest census. Well, the question is that put in the context of how often are the pools open? So what percentage of the days were Algonquin closed, where other pools were open, that we're counting the census of Algonquin being the lowest? So if you say out of 100 days, Algonquin had the lowest census, was it closed 50 of those days? And out of the 50, like we just saw you all, out of those 50 days, if kids came in and then had to repay to get back in again, does that count for census? Yeah. And so when we're telling the community and we're telling these stories and narratives based on data that the census is the lowest here, is that a true story in context? The facts may be right, but we don't understand the context around those facts. And that's why these types of highlights that you guys are bringing to this particular issue, that's why it's so important.
Can we look at the men's real quick?
Go ahead and
please. I just want to keep it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
She can't go with you, though.
You can't go with. Oh,
That's why I said you have to do your own
You ain't going,
narrative.
Jared?
Nah,
okay,
I'm not.
I'm gonna look at this real quick.
Okay, so down there you see like drains in the showers and that kind of thing.
No grills in the drains.
There was someone who pointed out also, aside from not having seating, there's also no shade around the pool, period.
None.
Like,
No umbrellas.
So, as you can tell, when I tell you all, we have been fighting, one to keep the pool safe and open. So there were 2 battles. Oftentimes when you close the pool, kids from the community will break it.
sure.
Because they're like, listen, this beautiful thing is full of water and it's always closed. So you face that challenge. And the second challenge is, if there's a fear of breaking in, do you put those amenities there? I say you keep the pool open, you invite the kids in, you make it accessible for them, and listen, they will treat it like it's theirs. You create some
Make
ownership.
it valuable to the community.
Some of
then
these
the
kids will
community
also,
take care of it.
they can also be lifeguards, right? So that's something I reached out to Chief James about, is making sure that we put, lifeguard training up there, and during the middle of the day, having lifeguards. So here's a gentleman, Terry, you see just coming in.
Yes.
His handicap, I hope.
I'd hate to see him go into that handicapped stall.
That's exactly the That's exactly my point. It's exactly our issues. We just got our lift here. That was not there 2 weeks ago. So we just got our lift. William Cole called me from Adult Swim and said, hey, Councilwoman, we can't teach some of our handicapped folks. We had to turn them away because the lift isn't here at Algonquin.
Right.
So they did bring it here for this Saturday and they left it here. So I'm appreciative for that. So these are the things that we're trying to do. Yeah, you're exactly right. There's no shade. There's no seating. You look at our bathrooms. So again, if we're competing against other pools, even for census, if you're coming to this pool, most likely it's an access issue. You're coming here because there's no other pool for you to go to.
And you have to walk to get here or ride your bike to get here.
Most of the time. So when you guys see people coming, they're usually coming across the field or coming from the back. So you don't see a lot of pedestrians. I mean, if you look at the parking lot right now, it's fairly empty. So most of these kids are walking here and coming here from their homes to get into the pool.
So I'd like to challenge a company that sells pool equipment like parasols and umbrellas and benches, stuff like that, to make a very worthwhile contribution to this particular park, you know, and come on out, bring some stuff that will help these folks have the same kind of privilege that people have all over the city. We go back to 2017 to an article that I posted in the chat that you and I were in last night about the alleged dangers of Algonquin Park, and the reason why they couldn't get people to be lifeguards because they said they were scared to be lifeguards. It's dangerous everywhere in the city. We've got terrific gun violence right now. This pool is no more dangerous than any other swimming pool. I'm not sure if we're following. Oh, she's just picking up, God bless her, she's picking up garbage. Isn't she cute? That's a true councilwoman. She's in it. She's in it. She's in it deep. She's in it with every kid. She's in it with every person.
All right, so we're still out here with
I just love her. Keisha Dorsey.
Keisha Dorsey, Councilwoman Keisha Dorsey.
Is here at Algonquin.
She's running around a little bit. She's trying to take care of all these kids. Picking up some trash.
She's paying for
Showing
people
us
to have
around.
to come in. Becky, you are out of here. You
Keisha,
are
I'm just like,
absolutely
that's
unbelievable.
unacceptable.
And you're going,
That's unacceptable.
I'm not gonna put up with this kind of crap on my live. I don't understand where you think you're talking, but you know, you're probably one of the people that were shooting at us also. So go away, please. For some reason, my phone decided to rotate. It was probably Becky. I don't know why my phone is rotated now. It says it can't rotate while I'm recording, but now I'm sideways. This is hysterical. Now I'm upside down. All right, well, I think Keisha's finished, so I'll just show you the sideways view of the pool for here, and I'm going to kill the live and start again.
Hey, you should see that bathroom. Unacceptable.
I'm gonna go take some
Five
pictures.
kids?
I'm gonna go take some pictures.
Yeah, I
here in
took
a
some
second.
pictures. That's unacceptable for 5 kids. What time is it now? I got
It's
a jet.
12:48.
I got a jet.
Got a jet. What'd you think of those bathrooms, Antonio?
Like, what?
Shit.
Yeah, unacceptable.
Can you tell me where we at?
Unacceptable.
All right, so
Okay, Antonio, you did a
again, we are here at Algonquin Park at the swimming pool. Using my own phone, so there's a little flare on the lens, but just talking about disparages the differences between the rest of the public pools in Louisville, Kentucky, and the Algonquin pool, which happens to be the only West End pool. So 2 different live streams here with Councilwoman Dorsey. A lot of valuable information. I'm going to be taking some pictures of some of the stuff that she pointed out so that we can spotlight it a little bit. Because the facility is a little bit deteriorated, and we're trying to spotlight that, get some attention drawn to it.
And I got over for cussing, but I'm like, he's only telling the truth though. He's only telling the truth.
So how long do you continue to? The question is, if you don't swim and you aren't an avid swimmer, how long and how much are you willing to put up with? And if this is a public pool, right?
This
We
is
heard
for
from
the community.
We
This
heard
is
from
reflection of us.
JCPS that JCPS is not open to the public. They do have swimming lessons, but they're for 1 hour and they're for children. So right now, we went from 44 when you started. I don't know how long we've been live,
Okay.
but now we're at 73.
Wow. And that's wonderful, right? Because we're giving kids something to do, and we know it works.
So we're at
It's
54
effective.
kids.
Yeah.
I think they said right about 19.
Okay.
So I mean,
look like
we'll
that.
hit capacity today.
We'll
It'll
try to hit
happen.
capacity.
Yeah.
And it doesn't look like it. The beautiful thing is why? Because we're at an Olympic-sized pool.
Yes.
Right.
So this would be packed
would
if
be
you were
packed.
in a Fairdale or Sun Valley or a Norton.
Yes.
Because you're in Algonquin, you can easily get about 150 in here, and it's still, you still have room, and it's
Still have room.
Yep.
Yeah. Okay, I gotta run, y'all. I love y'all.
Thank you, Keisha.
Love
Thank you so
y'all.
much.
Councilwoman Keisha Dorsey,
Thank
District
you.
3, we appreciate you and all your advocacy.
Thank you.
You're picking up of garbage. You're paying for extra people to come in.
You are doing awesome.
The fact
I'm so
that-
proud of you.
Yeah. we
Really,
are.
I am. There's no words. But
Grateful.
thank you. Keep doing what you're doing, though.
Thank you.
Keep
You
doing
all
it.
keep doing. If we get any comments, you can. If you want to help, you call our office 574-1103. Leave a message if we're out, because most likely we're out in the field. So right now we wouldn't be
Yeah.
answering the phone, but leave a message, and we will more than
What-
love your help.
One more question,
Yes.
Keisha. Can there be like a community fundraiser that we could do to
So,
donate money?
If you want to
get
donate
money for
money,
this?
you can donate to the Olmsted Park Foundation.
Okay.
And that'll
Will that
pay-
money go to here though?
Layla
Designated.
See?
George will designate those
Yep,
funds for
designate.
Algonquin Pool. So again, you can donate at the Olmsted Park Foundation. Layla George will designate those funds for Algonquin Pool.
Okay,
love
maybe
it.
that's something we could do.
Yeah, I just asked
Seriously.
people who are pool companies to donate, you know, all kinds of stuff,
Yeah.
like
You can
umbrellas
donate-
and
yep.
rent benches
Okay.
and chairs.
You
stuff
can
like that.
donate through the Olmsted Park Foundation. And that way
deductible,
it's
right?
tax deductible. And Layla George will make sure that those funds get funneled here to
Okay, all right. Love you, Keisha.
Thank you.
Okay.
Thank you so much.